everyone, welcome back to our Resi Box. So for today's video, I would like to answer your questions about early childhood. So if you're looking for some information and then some experiences about early childhood teaching here in Australia, this video is for you. Question number one. Question number one is, if I am a primary, middle school, or high school teacher, can I teach in early childhood setting? The next one is, what's the difference between early childhood educator and early childhood teacher? So, the third question is there a pathway to PR if you take Certificate 3 and Diploma of Early Childhood Services? So, what I can answer is I am not very sure. So what happened with the early childhood educators or early childhood graduates, so what happened to them is they always have to check the occupational list in Immigration and Borders of Australia so that you can always check if they're open or if they are in need of early childhood educators in some of the states here in Australia. So I was so lucky, this thing happened to me last 2016. So they've said that, oh, okay, there's a pathway to PR. So I took it. And then after 2 years, when I graduated in 2018, they removed it from the list, and then there's no more companies sponsoring early childhood educators. So it was really sad, and then it was really stressful for me and then for my family. However, luckily by 2019, early of 2019, suddenly they open again, and then they're saying they are in need of early childhood educators, however, for the regional areas. How about the ECT? ECT, lately, I have noticed it. There's always a pathway for ECT. So if you're looking for a direct pathway for PR, I would suggest, how about take Bachelor's of Early Childhood Education. So with this, you can stay wherever you want to stay. You can do the point system. You don't need the sponsorship. Or if you would like to do the sponsorship, there's a lot of companies here in Australia that do sponsoring of ECT because they're really in need of ECT or early childhood teachers. So how to do that? If you will check schools here in Australia, I have checked here in Melbourne, Victoria University, they offer Bachelor of Early Childhood Education only for 3 years. And then after 3 years, you need to take exam for your teaching license or for your teaching ID. So to be registered as a teacher here in Australia, you need to have IELTS test again, which is with a score of 8877. Listening and speaking 8 score band, and then reading and writing 7. How about the others? So others, what they do, because I think that was the law recently, if you study here for 5 years continuously, or if you study for 5 years after you graduate your bachelor's degree, for example, you study Certificate 3 and then Diploma for 2 years, and then you had your your bachelor's degree for 3 years, it will give you 5 years of learning experience here in Australia. They will not ask you to take the IELTS test anymore. Again, this answers of mine is just only based on my own research and then my own experience. Please double check it with your migration agent or migration lawyer so that they can help you with the real information about early childhood. Another question is it hard to work in early childhood? My answer is, I think it depends on the person. So, because for me, I always consider all jobs or all works is hard. So, working is really hard. It's hard to work in any environment that you don't like. So I think if you really have a passion about teaching or educating, especially the younger children or the young generation, then go for early childhood. But if you don't have passion or you don't have you don't have open-mindedness, you don't have leadership. So I don't think early childhood teaching is for you. So to be an early childhood educator or to be an early childhood teacher, it's really hard. The first thing that you have to consider is your teamwork, sense of collaborating with the families and then your team. The second one is leadership, because if you will be the room leader as an educator, if you will be the room leader, you need to guide all of your staff inside the room, and then it has to be with passion or always with affection. So sometimes with the younger generation, of course, you will see all of the cheekiness, and then you will see all of the hardship every time that you cannot really, like, you know, especially January, that's the start of the school year here in Australia. So it's really hard, like everyone, it's really chaotic. I think it's like in daycare in the Philippines, it's really chaotic for the first month. However, if you will be consistent with the routine, if you will be consistent with your approach and strategies, if you have established all the rules and then what is right and what is wrong for the room, it will be easier for you after a couple of months. But it's a hard work, so I cannot say that it is easy, but I can say that there's no easy job, especially if you don't like the job that you are doing. So, yep. And then the last question is, why agencies always says that if you have the bachelor, you cannot study certificate 3 or diploma anymore. So what happened to me is I explained to the immigration agent through a letter that I would like to know all the backgrounds or all the strategies that is used for early childhood and primary school teaching. Because being a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education in the Philippines, it's totally different to be an educator in early childhood setting, or to be a teacher in early childhood setting. So you will learn more things, especially if they're so young, how to communicate with them, how to establish routine with them, and then how to educate them with the living or with their surroundings. So it's very fortunate that, you know, I got granted, though I understand why some agencies, they will tell you that no, your visa will be refused because you're downgrading. So you just have to explain what is your reason. You have to research more information about the course that you are taking. But yeah, I heard some cases that some student visa application got rejected because the immigration agent says that you already know this and then you're downgrading. So like what I have said with my SOP and GTE, just explain, like the one that you take from bachelor's degree is totally different from the one that you are taking here in for the certificate 3 and then diploma. So I hope I don't confuse you. So again, I may be wrong, things might change. I'm just sharing this one to you so that you can get some tips like what to do, like searching for more information about the courses or pathway that you are planning to take for your future. So that's all. Thank you for watching my vlogs, and then thank you for following my videos here in RSE Box. So if you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. And for those who are asking about my Instagram and then trying to contact me personally, please go to my IG account, which is also RSE Box. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. And then keep on looking for more information if you have any dreams coming here in Australia, because that's the start of my journey as well. So thank you. Bye.